Today on Game Rant, Subnautica 2 leaks confirmed by Krafton, indie games are nearly matching AAA on Steam, and Nintendo wants to know how fans feel about game key cards. All this and more in what's becoming one of the fastest moving industry stories of the year. The latest chapter in the Subnautica 2 controversy involves publisher Krafton confirming the authenticity of documents leaked to social media platform Reddit. Earlier this month, news broke of developer Unknown Worlds Entertainment suddenly breaking ties with co-founder Charlie Cleveland and Max McGuire, and then CEO Ted Gill being replaced by Steve Patoutsis. Since then, multiple parties have shared their perspective on social media before ultimately Mr. Cleveland confirmed an impending lawsuit. A key point of disagreement stems from Krafton's previously stated milestone development goals, which if met by a certain time frame would result in a $250 million bonus for Unknown Worlds Entertainment. Now Krafton has confirmed a pair of images released on Reddit were authentic sections of their milestone review, which said in part, quote, "The current version of Subnautica 2 is expected to deliver a certain level of performance based on its existing fandom, but it is deemed to lack the level of polish and market impact required to drive IP growth and expansion. To develop Subnautica 2 into Krafton's global franchise IP, it is recommended to enhance the content volume and level of polish before launching." End quote. These latest documents confirm Krafton's claim Subnautica 2's delay was based on quality concerns. Meanwhile, the former developers have stated the game was ready for early access. Subnautica 2 remains the second most wishlisted game on Valve's Steam platform. Are you keeping up with the Subnautica 2 drama? Do you think it was ready to launch? Chat back in the comments below. We're only a few days away from the launch of Donkey Kong Bananza on July 17th, the latest in the over 4-decade-long franchise. And according to a recent interview with Spanish newspaper outlet La Vanguardia, the director has certainly done his homework. Speaking about his newest game, Donkey Kong Bananza game creator Kazuya Takahashi explained his research included revisiting every single Donkey Kong game ever released. Quote, "Personally, I had no prior experience working on Donkey Kong games, but I do have very fond memories of playing Donkey Kong Jr. and later Donkey Kong Country. After I learned I'd been assigned to the Donkey Kong Bananza team, I replayed all the games in the franchise. In particular, Donkey Kong Country introduced unique mechanics like barrel cannons and minecarts. I wanted to revisit those elements and add a sense of destruction. That motivated me to incorporate past memories along with new ideas." End quote. Donkey Kong Bananza marks the first major exclusive for the Nintendo Switch 2 since Mario Kart World and the console's launch early last month. This will be the first new entry in the Donkey Kong franchise since 2014's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. Have you played every Donkey Kong game? Chat back in the comments below. Moving over to Middle-earth news, Game Rant was given an early sneak peek of the upcoming Hobbit sim Tales of the Shire. This game is a merger of the ever-popular cozy game genre that has bloomed over the past several years and the world-famous text of fantasy author J.R.R. Tolkien. Although unlike his popular works, don't expect to be going on an adventure. Instead, Tales of the Shire has players plant roots and create a cozy little hobbit hole in Bywater. And who better to help you brush up on your fishing skills than Old Noakes? This character is taken directly from the original novels, but there's a good reason you likely haven't heard of him. While other popular hobbits like Frodo and Bilbo live lives of adventure, Old Noakes was perfectly content sitting near the passing stream and fishing the days away. Players will have over a dozen different types of fish to catch when the game launches on July 29th on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and Windows PC. Are you ready for the brighter side of Tolkien? Chat back in the comments below. 2025 is shaping up to be a significant year for indie games. According to a report from The Gamer, 8 of the top 20 best-performing games on Valve's Steam service come from smaller or independent studios, while the majority of titles still come from AAA studios such as Monster Hunter Wilds and Stellar Blade. An increasing number of indie games have climbed the charts over the past several months. Based on the concurrent active players per game, the arcade soccer game Rematch, co-op climbing simulation Peak, and crime adventure game Schedule 1 are easily matching and surpassing some of the biggest games of the year. Games such as Clair Obscur Expedition 33 have opened up a wider conversation about game development and team size. Although it should be noted the top spot remained Monster Hunter Wilds, with 1.3 million players, nearly 3 times its closest competition. That's going to do it for the major stories, so let's get into the quick points. As first reported by Twitter user Tamura222, an unnamed LinkedIn account appears to show a former Sony Bend Studios employee's resume referencing multiple canceled and unannounced projects, including work on open-world events and missions. Bend is the developer of the zombie biker apocalypse game Days Gone. The video game news outlet Push Square's reporting Forza Horizon 5 has already crossed 2 million in sales on the PlayStation 5 alone. The information was first discovered by internet forum Reset Era and comes from a LinkedIn account by a Turn 10 employee, developer of Forza Horizon 5. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 released last week, but one of its biggest changes was to its soundtrack. soundtrack. According to Tony Hawk himself, the goal was to keep the music fresh while stressing the collaborative nature of the process, claiming his input only got a few bands in. And finally, as first reported by Switch Soku in the Video Game Chronicle, Nintendo has begun sending out surveys to customers in Japan which in part ask how impactful the game key card system is in their purchase of a game. Game key cards allow users to download a game while still requiring the use of the Nintendo Switch 2's cartridge slot. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video, but we'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, why not learn all about Donkey Kong's bongo-centric spin-off and Noah Waterman's new video in the description below. Keep clicking around here at Game Rant, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.